Got me live? I guess we're live. Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. As you can see, we're here in the chambers at the Macon-Bibb County Commission here at City Hall, and we're expected to be out there in the beautiful weather out on Goodall Mill Road, but we had other plans today with the weather. We want to make sure we're all dry, and we can take some nice pictures and still tell you all the wonderful news that we got going on today. So it's always a great day to be in Macon-Bibb County, and certainly it's another great day when we can give some good positive news about things that's going on in our community. You know, far too many years we've traveled over 1,100 miles of roads here in our community, and we've had a little rocky ride, and sometimes we had a little potholes and other cracks that you see, and unfortunately, in the past, we haven't been able to put as much money in those infrastructures we'd like to do. But all that changed in the last couple of months when the citizens of Macon-Bibb County, by a vote of 83% of those that showed up to vote, and gave us the authority to make one of the most significant improvements in our infrastructure that we've ever been able to make. Now, I know we have several commissioners that are going to speak here today. Mayor Pro Tem Clark is here with us today. We appreciate you being here, and Commissioner Bailey. You're here from Commissioner Howell in just a moment, and Commissioner Wilder, who I can tell you on a daily basis have always expressed interest in making sure that our infrastructure and our roads are taken care of. When I say historic, we're talking about some huge numbers in our community. You know, I hate to tell you what used to be spent on our roads. A little $700,000, to give you an example of our SPLOST dollars. Last SPLOST per year was designated to roads, and all the other money came from the state of Georgia, which only allows us to pay about 7 to 8 miles of roads on an average out of those funds for our roads. And we're not going to get very far if that's all we decided to do. But this commission pulled together a couple years ago, and we started putting our own general fund money on there and started looking at other ways that we can improve our infrastructure. So one of the main ways we did that is through our SPLOST dollars. We're going to make a historic investment in our roads, up to $50 million. That's $50 million, but just the first initial amount that we spend on our bond that's coming up soon to $25 million, we'll pave about 25 years of roads in 4 years. And if you can't get much more historic than that, which means we're going to have an ask for you at the end of this meeting, and we're going to bring up our small business administrator, director, and she's going to tell you a little bit about how you can help Macon-Bibb County with this goal. At this time, thank you. At this time, I do want to recognize our chair of our SPLOST committee. You know, anytime we have this kind of money come through our committee, it's always good to have somebody at the helm to make sure that we expedite these projects, but make sure they all go to where they're supposed to go to. I see our public works director here today. Thank you for being here today. Our engineers here today, the people who are responsible for making sure these roads are on our list to get paved. It takes all of us working together to make this happen. Also, members of our SPLOST committee and those that help pass this SPLOST are here today, and we appreciate your support that you have done today to make all this work out. But this time I want to bring our former city council member, and many of you may know that there's a recreation center named after Mr. Theron Essery, but he's also our SPLOST director. This time I want him to come up and talk to you a little bit more about SPLOST and what it means for that 1 penny sales tax for our community.
Appreciate the opportunity to be here today. First of all, I want to thank the people of Macon, Georgia, for voting in the SPLOST. This is the best thing that's ever happened to Macon. A third time at it, and I see great things that are going to happen in this SPLOST. I know the mayor and the commissions are working on projects, but it's going to get done. When I first got on council in 1976, one of the first things Buck Melton said was, we've got to pave 75 miles of unpaved streets. We didn't have the money. But we knew we had to have it done. That was one of the promises made. We used general fund money. We used community development block grant money. But we got it done over the years. We finally got 75 miles paved. But then I went around looking after that time, and we still had plenty of roads that needed to be paved. We had resurfacing that needed to be done that we couldn't get done. We didn't have the money. We also had recreation. That's something I worked hard on. We didn't have anything for recreation. We put very little money in. We general fund money, community development block grant. We had fights all the time, but we finally got it done. We got the Frank Johnson Center built. We got the Dolores Brooks Center built. We got a lot of things done in recreation, but still we could have done more. Then SPLOST. The best thing that's ever happened to this community was SPLOST. 2011, we voted it in. since that time, we've used that money wisely. None of that money has been spent where it wasn't supposed to be spent. It was put in priority areas. The recreation has been up. We've improved recreation. We've refurbished centers. We built the South Bibb Recreation Complex. We rebuilt Vine Ingle Complex. We refurbished all of our recreation areas. We're looking good. If you're going to improve the quality of life, you got to put money into it, and we're doing it. Splost is doing it. As far as the roads, quality of life, people are complaining all the time. And one thing I heard in going around and listening to people talk, I want my roads paved. And it's not just their road, it's their neighbor's road. And the neighbor 10 miles away, they want those roads paved and they want it done now. Fortunately, the mayor and the commissioners have got it as their priority. They're going to pass money to get it done. From the time we had 50 years ago to now, things have changed. We've got the money to get it done. I'm proud of the commissioners and the mayor for putting this on the priority list. They're going to get the money, they're going to get things started, as y'all will see later on. But first of all, I want to thank the people of Macon once again. I want to thank all of you in here for voting for it. Mr. Mayor, they're going to do a great job. Appreciate their support. Thank you. I want to introduce Mr. Raymond Wilder next.
Thank you for having me here today. Talking about the roads, I receive calls often concerning roads, potholes, and other issues about roads needing repairs and work in my district and all over Bibb County. Most of the time, I report them through C-Click Fix. It is a good tool. It works very well. And I always promote anybody to use that tool if they want to themselves, because it does work well. I want to thank our Public Works Department and some of the past contractors we've had making road repairs in our county. They've been a great help, but as always, we're always looking to do more. Doing all that work has really showed us that much more is needed to be done. I am proud that Macon-Bibb that Macon-Bibb is making roads a priority. I also thank the voters for approving the recent SPLOST. We talked about the SPLOST a lot and the different things we were wanting to do, and the past SPLOST that is still in process right now and should be ending in the next few months mostly was dedicated to rec centers. And I understand we needed them, but roads have always been of great importance to me. See, while waiting on that next SPLOST, work continues. We were originally scheduled to be out on Goodall Mill Road today, since that is one of the soon-to-be paved roads that's already been approved. See, under the Paving the Way program. It should be, and it will be resurfaced from Houston Road to Sardis Church Road, a total distance of about 1.6 miles. We will likely need more than the $50 million we've been discussing due to the condition our roads have gotten in, but we will approach that as needed. I originally come into office January 2021 with roads being my #1 priority, and roads will continue to be my #1 priority. When my people do call me from District 6 and all over the county, roads is usually the #1 topic, and it just always has been. I do want to set the record straight that some people say nothing's been done in Lizella. That's not true. In District 6, we've had 4 big sections of Columbus Road paved in the last 2.5 years, and more to come. Columbus Road's one of the longest roads out there, so it takes a while. We've also had one section of Rogers Road done, which was much needed. The mayor and I met out there probably 2 years ago, and it was all of a sudden, it was just coming apart, and we were able to get that worked in, and it wasn't on the schedule. And I thank everyone that was a help to get those things done. And I look forward to our future here, and we'll continue to be an aggravating person saying roads, roads, roads. Thank you very much, and I want to introduce District 7 Commissioner Bill Howell.
Well, good afternoon. How's everybody? This is a great day to be in Macon, Georgia, especially if you drive our roads. You know why we're here, and you know what we need. Picking up on, before I get on script here, I want to pick up on something that Commissioner Wilder said. We were supposed to be at Goodall Mill Road, but decided after all the rain it probably wasn't going to be a good idea. Goodall Mill Road is a good example of really nobody's fault, but it's a problem. As anybody that travels on I-75 knows, if there's any kind of issue between Sardis Church Road and Byron, our friend Mr. Google nowadays will direct people to come down Houston Road, down Goodall Mill Road, back up Sardis Church Road, and back on the interstate. I've literally had folks call me and said, I need to call Google and tell them to quit doing that. Unfortunately, I don't have that much pull with Google, but that is a problem. Goodall Mill Road was a country road that wasn't really designed for that much traffic, but now we have that traffic. Probably twice or three times a month, you'll see a week, you will see that road, people routed over there to go down Goodall Mill Road, and it just putting undue strain on our infrastructure. But that's part of growth. We like growth. It's a good thing. So while I hate sitting in that traffic when it does happen to me, it's good to know now that we're going to spend some money out there. Now I'll get back on script. $50 million sounds like a huge number, and it is a huge number. However, to put that in perspective, $1 million is only going to pave somewhere between 3 and 4 miles of road. Probably closer to 3 when we are using LMIG money, which is the money from the state that we've been using and what county and city have used for probably the last 20 or 25 years. The only money we put into it was what we had to match to get that LMIG money. LMIG money comes with strings attached. There are strict specs that we have to meet when we use that to pave roads. Using our $50 million from SPLOST and using our money, we don't necessarily have to use those specs. That don't mean that we're cutting corners, but it does mean that roads like Alma Drive that I live on doesn't necessarily need the same specs that, say, Tucker Road or Rocky Creek Road or Fulton Mill Road. You know, we don't have to put as much asphalt on those roads. So it'll be good to have a 2 or 3 tier system to where we can use what we need, not necessarily just meet specs. That's a huge deal in this, and hopefully we can stretch that from 3 to 4 to 4 to 5, or who knows, but I look forward to working with the engineers and see. I'd be amiss if I didn't stand up here and thank the engineering department for helping. Sir, Tim, thank you for being here. I know you get the phone calls and I know you get all the complaints. I'm familiar with that, but thank you for what your people do. But it's overwhelming at the potholes and the stuff we do. It's just because it's been neglected. When you've got 1,100 miles of road in Bibb County and you pave 4 or 5 a year or 6 or 10 a year, it don't take long to understand why we're so far behind. I'm not going to say that the past administrations or the past SPLOSTs didn't go to good use, but there just wasn't, in my opinion, enough emphasis on our infrastructure, roads being one of those main things. And now Mayor Miller and the commission now has decided that enough is enough. We're going to fix it. Roads are not pretty and shiny. Roads are kind of like your feet and some of the other things. It's not something that we brag about, but if you don't have good roads, the rest of it suffers. So I'm looking forward to that. I think everybody is going to be happy to see some paving going on in their community, their part of town. And with that, Mr. Mayor.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Howell and Commissioner Wilder. I think we all realize the value of good roads. And it's not just enjoying your trip into work or maybe going to the grocery store. It's about economic development. It's about those folks who want to come spend money or invest in Macon-Bibb County. So it's nice when we bring them on trips that they can see some nice, smooth roads as well. Tourism has gone up tremendously, and then part of our SPLOST is going to be devoted to tourism as well. But when we get people here in our community, we must make sure that our infrastructure is good. Millions and millions of dollars come through each year from tourism, and tourism is going to be one of those things that we continue to talk about because it also helps lower the taxes that we have in our community thanks to the OLOST. But, you know, even though our approved SPLOST that we just passed by, did I say it one time before, 83%, the largest that we've ever had in Macon-Bibb County, even though it passed by 83%, that's that number again, 83%, even though it passed by 83%, that one penny goes a long ways. And, you know, we can sit around and wait until October when the money starts coming in because it's about that time in the fall where we would get it in. But these commissioners have been such on my heels for a long time. We're going to do something better than that. We're going to go ahead and do a $25 million startup bond that we can have so we can go ahead and start planning that process. And that's what we've been working on through the scan, you know, the car and the automobiles that went around our neighborhoods for the last several months. It seems like a year for the last several months, scanning these roads so they can give us a good value of what roads and the priorities that they have. And we're going to pick those worst roads, but also those roads that are most traveled in the long-distance roads and not just the small roads. It's going to be a very targeted effort. And we're going to make sure that we cut into that 1,100 miles of road. Mr. Howard said it right. We can't continue to pave 6 to 10 miles of roads per year and pat ourselves on the back like something's been done. We have to be more aggressive than that. And part of our program was Go Big. And Go Big and Macon means we're going to look for 25, 30, 40 miles per roads, 50 miles per roads a year. But it's going to take all of us working together, and that's why we mentioned a little bit earlier. We can't do this without the help of the people at home. Maybe you're a business person sitting at home now, and you've got the opportunity to participate in this process because, you know, we're going to be having asphalt trucks on every corner of the road, so we need you at home to be patient. Be patient when you see those cones out there and you have to go around or they close the road because we're doing progress. But we also need more people participating in the process. We need people that will submit bids to this so we can make sure we have the best prices, but also make sure we have enough sustainability and enough staffing to help with all this. Because a lot of this is going to be coming from outside. A lot of it's going to be coming from our small businesses, and that's why we brought our small business person here today. We need you to participate as a vendor. We need you to sign up. We need you to register. We need you to submit those bids and go through those paperwork, and we're going to make it easy for you. So I'm going to at this time ask Ms. Sharice Stevens-Merriweather to come forward. She's going to tell you a little about what she does and how you can participate in this project. And we're going to continue to pave the way in Macon-Bibb County. We're going to put our money where our mouth is. More importantly, we're going to put that 83% vote that you did where our mouth is, and we're going to start paving these roads. We're going to start paving a lot of roads at one time. And we want you to participate in that process and get ready to be inconvenienced a little bit. But in the end, we're all going to be better off because of it. Thank you very much.
You're right, Mayor. This is historic. And I want to say thank you for your leadership and all the Macon-Bibb Commission for your unwavering commitment to creating opportunities for small businesses in our community. So I direct the Office of Small Business Affairs. We're dedicated to providing technical assistance, navigating the RFP process, comprehensive education and training. We just had something last Saturday. We had 50 attendees at the terminal station, strategic support for projects like Paving the Way. But guess what, y'all? This is a call to action, right? The mayor's telling you we are moving forward, but we want you to be part of Team Macon-Bibb. We're going to be soliciting bigger companies. Even if you're a small company, guess what? You can be a part of Team Macon-Bibb. This is your moment to rise, to be part of something historic, and you can become a vendor with Macon-Bibb. How can you become a vendor with Macon-Bibb? Guess what? You can do it online now. You can actually bring it here to Macon-Bibb Government Center, or you can do it online 24/7, and we want to encourage you that. And most importantly, you can come to our office. We're located at 688 Walnut Street, Suite 104 in downtown Macon. I have one of my newest team members here. We work so hard. We don't mind working a little bit extra to get these companies ready. So please come and see us. Our number is 478-300-2297. Let's make history together. I'm so excited. Thank you, Mayor.
Once again, thank everyone for being here today. It's a great day to be in Macon-Bibb County, and certainly we are thankful for all of you. This doesn't end here. This is not just us patting ourselves on the back at a press conference telling you what we're going to do. We're going to show you what we're going to do by paving the way in Macon-Bibb County. We just ask that you be patient, that you join us, you continue to support for us. But more importantly, if your business wants an opportunity to participate in the process to make some good money, helping us move along the way to create more economic development for our area, please sign up. Please register as a vendor. We'd like to see your help. Thank you for the people who live in the neighborhoods that we're serving today. I know we had supposed to be out at Good Mile Road. Thank you for being here today. We know we've heard your voices. This is us hearing what you had to say and putting it into action with the 83% of you that passed this vote by historic numbers. We're going to continue to fund this. We hope $50 million is going to go a long way in improving our roads. We're also going to be working hand in hand with our state governor to make sure our LMIG gets to be as large as it can be from the governor's office. And I know they'll continue to do good projects that we're looking forward to do. So we're not going to wait till October. We're getting the process that started right now, and we're headed to a neighborhood near you very soon. So thank you. This completes our press conference today, and we're looking forward to working with each and every one of you.